TheBite's on, and we're only beginning right now. His hole. We just encroached. Look at that. Oh! What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another adventure on TheBite. We got something pretty sick planned. September is the ultimate trout month in Oregon. You know, if you really want to get out there and chase some trout species, September is the month. Due to spawning, due to pre-winter eating conditions, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna head up into the Cascades. I'm meeting up with Asher and his family in the morning. We're all packed up and ready to go. It's gonna be a family affair this week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Peace. The great outdoors. We made it. What do you think? You don't look very excited. Campgrounds up in here. Lakes down in there through the trees. And then this guy.
What is up, man? Hey guys, welcome to another adventure.
Yeah, now we got to figure out the parking situation. All right, guys, we made it to our camp spot up here in the Cascades. Hopefully gonna catch some monster rainbows. Yeah, we're at a lake that in 2006 was killed off because the tui chub overtook it, and it was basically killing off the fishery. So they killed it off with a poison. I can't remember the name. You guys can comment down below if you know it. Basically brought the rainbow population back to insanity. I mean, up here there's so much food. Fast forward to present time, from 2006 till now, they brought the population of rainbows back to trophy status. We're talking 10-pound rainbows. You know, catching a 5-pounder is kind of an everyday thing up here. But now, present time, the good old 2020.
2020. In the year 2000.
In the year 2000. In 2020, the tui chub took back over. So it's actually making a reappearance. They were probably hopeful that it wouldn't get out of hand like it did, but it is. And so they planted some browns and some tiger trout in here. So I have not been up here since then. I'm ready to catch a tiger trout. I've never caught a tiger trout in my life. I don't think anybody at our camp has ever caught a tiger trout. So it's a pretty big deal. So we're just gonna get the boat and stuff ready, get all the gear ready to go, get some lines in the water. We'll get back to you guys once something cool happens, or maybe a montage of extended boat in the water kind of thing.
Doing that? It just moved a little more. Like, did it more than it's moving now? It was moving just now.
Fish.
What?
I had loose line on. No, it just feels heavy. Like a weight.
Yeah, well, while we were just loading the boat right here, Chris hooked up. He stuck out a worm on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's fun. Let's go down there and check it out.
Not a bad fish at all. Beautiful fish.
Looks like a rainbow.
Yeah.
That might be our dinner trout right there, because we were talking about keeping a rainbow.
You gonna net him for me?
Until you get that in there.
Wow, that really is a gorgeous
Dude,
fish.
right, that's a beautiful fish.
Keep going that way.
Yeah, here, no, come over here, bud. Sit right between them. Look at this fish. Crazy green, like almost like an olive green top with a nice pink lip outside.
Go ahead. No, you go head first. You go underneath the fish. Yeah, never try to net it from above. Try to net it from underneath. That one's a little tip for you guys out there too. Always go underneath the fish and scoop up instead of over the fish and scoop down.
The colors on this thing.
This fish is so beautiful that even though we were going to keep a rainbow and eat it, maybe we should let this first one go as a good blessing for the rest of our trip. Is it deep? Well, then maybe we should test out our new de-hooker.
Yeah, do we got it?
So yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna just pop this tripod up right here. Go ahead and keep him in the water. Yeah, keep him nice and safe right there, and I'll go get our new handy little fish saving device.
He's sick. What do you think, dude? First fish of the trip. Probably like a pound and a half. We can show the camera a little bit. Look at that. Look at the olive green on it.
So you guys, I just bought this fish de-hooker on the internet.
What timing?
Yesterday it showed up, and I've been seeing people using these on little Facebook ads and stuff, and it seems like they do a pretty good job of taking the hook out of a gutted fish. So we're going to try to get the hook out of the belly of this fish so we can let it go, and if not, this is a legal fish. It's a really beautiful fish. It's about perfect size for us to eat.
Yeah.
So if this doesn't work, we're going to take it home and no worries, but we're going to try to see if we can't get this fish freed up real quick. So what you want to do is put this over the line, whoop, and then we go like this, I think, all the way to the back, and then go. Oh, okay, one more time, we're going to try this out. Maybe go from underneath like this. There we go. So see that? It went back in there, grab the hook.
I say, do you want to come over that again?
If you're catching a lot of trout that you'd like to let go, but you're gut hooking them and they're dying, definitely pick yourself up a quality de-gutter. So hook de-gutter, I don't know what this is called, but you know, de-hooker. So it's a real beautiful fish. Let's check it out real quick.
Look at the colors on that. Olive green top.
So beautiful.
There you go. Yeah, holding that just right there in case it comes out.
Oh,
Just like
just
that.
like that.
One more show, then we'll let him go.
Oh,
One more time.
oh,
Goodbye.
oh, there he goes. Look at him right here, swimming by my feet. All right.
Asher's on to a decent one. We're just trolling along the bank here. We were actually talking about going back. Sometimes you gotta threaten on leaving
Whoa, that was a good little
before
handshake.
you start catching.
Get over here and I'll scoop it.
Sage is on net. We got the sun shining, no wind. There you go, perfect.
There you go. Perfect.
Now lift it up. There you go.
Don't even
Keep him in the
take it all
water
the way
though.
out of the water. You can
There
put it
you
right
go.
back into the water like that a little bit. This is another another beautiful fish. And we're gonna go. Wow, look at how bright and beautiful that fish is. Look at the spots on the fin right there. Look at those cool spots on the bottom of the fin. You don't see that all the time. And look at the spots on the top of its head. Look at how awesome those little red rings and that like they're little black with little brown red rings on them. Super beautiful, super cool fish. We're gonna get it back in real quick. You wanna help me do it, Sage? Here, go ahead. Whoa, oh, let's just go ahead and toss it in. It's right there. Just go ahead and give it a little drop. Don't hold it too long.
I just got one.
Did he kick off right there? Bye, bud.
We got a new toy. I think you guys will be pumped on it. I know I'm pumped on it. I know this guy's
I'm pretty pumped on it.
You guys are
allow
gonna
us
be
to
really...
get you some of them real cool, fun cinematic shots. We go to so many beautiful places in Oregon, and so far we've been using secondhand drone footage, stuff that we grabbed from free locations or friends, and now we get to share some of the beauty of Oregon with you guys directly from our end. This is the new DJI Air 2. I don't know how new it is at this point. It's a few years old, but seems to be the jam for adventure vlogging, and we're gonna see if we can't turn it into one of the main workhorses for TheBite. We're up here in the Cascades, cruising around some beautiful high mountain lakes. We like to get up and hit the high mountain lakes occasionally when we get the opportunity to, and we haven't really done any of that much this summer at all. You guys haven't really seen us do any of that on the channel yet, so it's kind of fun to get all the way up here. Right now we're about to pull into some real strange topwater debris. So see how clear the water is right here? There's like some murky stuff in it, but see how it's pretty clear? Boom! What is this? We're in a yellow topwater algae bloom of a lake mess right now. It's so wild looking. God, that's insane. Totally a trip. It just got all yellow on us here. I'm gonna actually, and right when we got into it, I got a nice tap.
I was thinking this patch might.
That could be up in here in the shade. Yeah. I was thinking the exact same thing actually. I was like, they probably are hanging out in the shade. So we're gonna just cruise around a little bit and see if we can't get into a fish, and if we do, we'll probably turn that back on and show it off. Yeah, wild. This yellow stuff is really, really a trip. This is the newest addition to our little fleet. Hi! You can hear my niece over there yelling for me. It's the newest addition to our fleet. It's nothing special, but it's a fun little handy cam, so we got to add it to the mix. There's a fish. Is it gone?
Kind of seemed like it might have been.
No, he's there. Is he still on? It's not a very big fish, whatever it is. Just a little rainbow, probably.
Oh, it's tight. Tui chub.
It's a tui chub.
It's a baby rainbow.
Oh, it's a little tiny rainbow.
That thing was probably a fingerling.
What a cute little fish.
I think it's probably a fingerling. We're talking about getting a dinner trout. Little guy. We're just gonna eat you. Fish number 4 trip, I think. Just another average 12-incher probably.
Beautiful little fish. That's actually probably a perfect eating size. And maybe we'll take this one home with us. All right, here's this net over there to you. Check it out.
Oh yeah, he's got a blue back. Wow, wait till you see the colors of this thing.
Well, sounds like this fish is coming home with us. The family was asking for us to bring dinner home. So that is a beautiful, beautiful fish.
Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see the color, but it's like a greenish turquoise color with that red stripe. We're going to take that one home and put it on the barbecue. There's one.
All right, there's one for the grill. Yee!
The fish up here are just insane. The colors, I don't know if it's the bugs they're eating, all this algae in the water, the sunshine they're getting.
Yeah, all 3 of the rainbows that we got today would be the nicest fish on a lot of our other trout fishing trips.
Just beautiful.
The smallest fish of the day is the one that we just kept, and it's not a small fish. It's a great eating fish. It's
that's a high average where we're usually fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were fishing in like, you know, a local river or pond or, you know, one of the stocked areas right there around Eugene, you're talking 12 inches is a big fish, you know? These are all...
I mean, to be real, I bet that fish was only a year old, not even. They say that the fingerling grow at least an inch a month, just putting on body weight from just the crazy amount of bugs that are usually up here. It's September 1st today, and September is known to be mosquito free up here, so we actually hit it at the right time. But if we would have been here a month or two ago, we would have been running from mosquitoes. So some of the fish, I mean, if we catch like a 5-pounder, that might be like a 2-year-old fish. The fish get really fat here, so you're gonna see like a higher average. Oh, is that a bite on yours?
Yep, I just got a nice little tap. Right when we got into this clear water. This is gonna be, this clear water right next to all this yellow nast is gonna be really money for us.
So we're just trolling along. I think we're kind of rocking similar things. He's got a second rod with a plug on it, but we both got wedding rings of different colors with, you know, the egg slider. We're just trolling along here. We're kind of clicking it back between 1 and 2 on the trolling motor.
Yep, I'm going down to 1 right now. We were just on 2 to get over here into this stream. Chris likes to troll on 1. I actually like to troll on 1 too, but I often put it on 2 because 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. I like to troll on 1, but I often put it on 2 also because it moves us a little faster and I'm a little more agile with the boat. And every now and then we catch one on 2, but I think that these fish, the rainbows especially, like a nice slow troll. That one on this trolling motor, it's a 30-pound truss Minn Kota trolling motor. It just kind of scoots us along. But I heard for the bigger fish, there's browns and tigers in here, and that they're a little more aggressive. They lick it a little faster because they're feeding on minnows and other fish. And
Chasing that live bait.
Yeah. So, you know, we might move a little bit quicker when we start putting plugs out. I think tomorrow morning for sunrise, we're going to run plugs and see if we can't get into a big brown or a big tiger.
Right.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I think also the speeds vary on wind. Right now we're kind of going with the wind, so clicking it down to 1's an okay idea. But when that wind picks up, sometimes you have it on 3 or 4, just trying to fight through it.
Just trying to, yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to troll along here, and we're going to turn the camera back on once we, I swear, you just got nailed again. Hang on, I'm going to leave it on for a second, just in case. But yeah, we're just trolling along. We got only 3 fish on the troll now, 1 fish off the bank. So there's activity on both sides. You know, the campers that don't have a boat, they can still get into it. So the lake turned a little choppy on us, which it should die off in the evening. But for now, we're just gonna bank fish it. We just got the one.
Whoa! Hey! These rocks down here are like
where are you heading?
Slippery.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I slept good. I don't know about anybody else. Sage slept good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys got to check out this unreal moonset, we'll call it, because it's about 6:30 a.m. so the moon's slowly going down. But I'm gonna walk out here and see if I can't pick it up a little. But I don't know if you guys can see it through the trees right here. We are getting the drone in the air, so you guys will see that footage right now. Boat now. We got Sage in the boat, Asher's in the back, captain style, and we're just trolling along.
I lost part of my spinner, so I'm looking for the little piece, the little clevis piece that holds the blade onto my wedding ring. Just
how many of you have lost the clevis and never found it again? Everyone.
Most people don't take their wedding rings apart. So we always take a wedding ring, classic spinner. You guys are probably familiar, and it's an inline spinner, so it doesn't have a body to it. It's just a little blade and the little pieces of plastic, and they sit directly on your line with your hook.
Fish just rolled. Sorry, I had to cancel that talk.
Yep.
But anyway.
But yeah, the wedding ring spinner, it's a little inline spinner, you know, and all the pieces just sit directly on your line. So for that blade to stay, it's got a little clevis piece that holds it on. Well, one thing that we do a little different is we always swap out all of our blades and our line. I'm not our blades, our line and our hooks on our wedding rings. Because we just put on a better line and a nicer little hook. It increases our hookup ratio. But in the process of doing that, all my pieces fell on the bottom of the boat. I lost my clevis, and
It's not the only thing in the bottom of the boat.
yeah, it's, just, it's a tiny, tiny little piece of metal. It's somewhere in just little bits of debris down here. So you guys, what we've been running for trolling here is just classic wedding rings. I've got this pink on pink. I have the brighter hot pink over the champagne pink. We really like this champagne pink. It's a little bit lighter of a color. You can kind of see the difference between the two of these. This bright hot pink blade kind of matches the top a little more, but that little contrast I think works fine. This blade does have a little silver on the inside, but the outside it's just a pink back, so it doesn't have quite as much flash as some of the other wedding rings that we like to run, but I like this. It's got just enough flash with that little wedding ring in the center there, and then the back of the blade, and then all of this pink just makes it stand out in the water really, really bright. We use the gold and silver blades probably the most often, but I tried to pick up this little pink model just to see if it would work. So what we've done here is taken just a classic regular wedding ring, and that's pretty much all of the wedding ring that we ever use. We'll take the line and we'll put on new line, and we'll probably run 8, sometimes as low as 4, sometimes as high as 12, depending on what you're fishing for, and if you're worried that you're going to get into some way bigger fish. If we knew that we were catching 10 to 20 pound rainbows out of here pretty regularly, then we might run up all the way to 12 pound or 10 pound test for our trolling line. But if you're targeting fish that are all in that 10-inch range, going as low as 4 pound test and just really finessing it and paying attention to your line will totally work.
We're just sitting out here on this beautiful pristine Oregon lake. Our camp's right over there. Yep. I'm over here. We just got some bobbers in the water right now. Some worms underneath the bobbers. There's not much going on. It's kind of slow this morning, but we're gonna stick with it. There's fish rolling. I just saw another fish roll right there. It's just a matter of time. Well, guys, so far it's been kind of slow. We've seen some fish rolling around. We trolled for a little while. Sage did have a bite, but it didn't stick.
That was a big fish.
So we kind of opted to come over and just do some plunking and some bobber fishing because we saw a lot of fish rolling on the bank. So we're just kind of switching up. That's kind of what you got to do sometimes to find the fish. Sometimes they don't want the troll. Sometimes they don't want the bottom rig. Sometimes they don't want the bobber. Sometimes they don't want the bait. So you just switch it up a bunch and just hone into what they got. And then once one of our rods is dialed, we'll probably match up, same thing on all of them. But for now, it's just a waiting game. We got to get out of our campground at 1 o'clock, and then we might go check out another lake actually after this. So we don't know what's gonna happen. We're not guaranteeing nothing. Why not finish up the episode by showing the hardships of driving long distances to go fishing and the mishaps that can happen? Let me break it down real quick. I'm hoping Asher's doing this on his end. He's probably not because he's having a pain in the butt right now. But we're heading back from our excursion about 3-4 hours from our house. Asher's in his own van, and we were 40 minutes ahead of him at a different spot waiting for him with no service. Luckily, service popped through, and he's having motor problems back 40 minutes from where we are. So we got to backtrack to go get him. He's got to get AAA. He's got the trailer on the back with the boat. Somehow they're going to tow him in the boat, but they can't take him, so we got to go get him. But if you can see in the back of our van, we're loaded to the gills. So it's just, nightmares of the adventure. That's what we'll call it. Hang on real quick. Don't talk yet. Let me, so we made it back to the spot of incident.
Back to Chamol.
So break it down.
So I don't know what happened. My van was driving fine. I drove all the way out to the lake yesterday and then drove from the lake the wrong direction, like 1.5 miles. Came back this way, stopped and helped some people to change their tire, did a good deed. That's why I was even a little bit farther behind. And then as I pulled into the gas station in Chemult, my van like started to lose power and I died right there in the parking lot. Pulled forward about 100 feet and then I died again. Let my car sit for a second, got out, checked the oil. It was kind of low on oil, but that wasn't like why my car died. Changed the oil, did a little thing or whatever. Tried to fire it up again, got about 100 feet, and then it died. So I did a big loop across the parking lot, and then it died right there, blocking in like 8 cars. And I couldn't get it to fire up at all. It was firing up and still moving, no problem. Couldn't get it to fire up for like 5 minutes, blocking in all of those vehicles. They were pissed. So I threw it into neutral and got it to drift down the hill a little bit so they could get out. Got it to fire up one time and stuck it right here. And
thank God, really.
Now it's stuck right here. Hopefully this is AAA.
That was your,
yeah, I gotta take this call.
Anyway, we're gonna load up stuff into his van. He's gonna jump into our van. AAA is gonna take his ride. It's basically a big calamity, but it only puts us out like an hour. And you know what are homies for? You know, it's a friend thing. You don't let your friends just sit somewhere, so you gotta come get them. Anyway, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get out of here. We'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.